All right, so I'm here with Mr. Chiddington, former business owner and now high school teacher.
High school teacher.
And he knows a lot about leadership and how to run a business. So we're going to interview him today, ask a few questions about how he ran his business, some different personality traits he dealt with,
Sure.
stuff like that. So, Chids, while running your business, what type of leader were you towards your team?
I tried to be a positive leader, bringing in a positive work ethic first thing in the morning. Hi, how are you doing? And I believe that I do that even in teaching today. Like I've followed that suit along, because the more you make people feel welcome from the day that they walk in your room, it just makes for a better start to everybody's day. That it's just being a positive person and being a welcoming person really makes a day start off well. So does coffee.
So when you're hiring people for your team, were ethics part of your hiring process for business? Like, would you look at background checks if they had any issues like that, or would you just go strictly for the best mechanics, most skilled workers?
That's a pretty crazy question, because when I ran my business, I was a specialty business. So I was not only looking for people that were in that off-road type of, that were mechanics, but had an off-road knowledge as well, because that is a different, it's not different than being just a regular car mechanic.
Yeah.
So I had to look for somebody that was looking for a job that was good at that, but also try and find somebody that wasn't a jerk as well. And the problem a lot of the time I found was that you would either get one or the other.
Yeah.
You get a guy that knows the off-road, but also thinks he knows everything.
Right.
And that can be a problem too.
Yeah.
Or you get a guy that's a regular mechanic, you bring him in, and you kind of train him so that he didn't have a big ego thinking he knew everything, right? It was tough, like trying to find the right. I went through different mechanics over years of running the business. Some had no knowledge, and those I found were the best ones because I was able to actually groom them. It's like kind of being like a hockey player, right? You know, coach brings you in and he wants to groom you to the way that he wants you to play.
Right.
And that's what I did. I kind of groomed them to be good off-road mechanics.
Right. So did you have any challenges motivating your team? Like, I know when I was in your class, you gave us Timbits when we did good jobs. Did you do any? No, obviously not like that. But do you have any strategies to motivate them to kind of get work done or get work done quicker?
Yeah. Like it's depending on who the customer was. Certain customers, because the off-road industry was an industry that people had extra money to throw out their vehicle.
Right.
It's not like your regular day car, right?
Yeah.
Your regular day car, guy calls up, he brings it into a shop, he's like, you need brakes. It's like, oh, how much is that going to cost?
Yeah.
In the off-road industry, because it's like an industry where you have extra money, where you want to actually do things with it, you want to make your truck look cool, you want to make your car look cool. And you would say to a guy, hey, listen, will you throw, they had no problems throwing extra money at it. So most of the time then, they didn't have a problem throwing extra money at a mechanic. The guy would say, hey, listen, if you can get this done for me for the weekend, I'll shoot you an extra $100. Right? So I'd tell my guy, like, listen, hey, there's $100 on the table, get the job done quick, do a good job, we'll get the job done, and then then there was like sometimes little bits of bonuses that I could throw at them, and that would help motivate them for sure.
So what would you do if you caught someone stealing from you and your organization? Would it be a direct punishment, or would you like try to talk through it, kind of see where the mind's at, why they'd even think of doing something like that?
We had two kids steal rims off us,
right?
And but they did it like they had keys to the building, and they were going in and stealing like rims, and then taking them to the recycle and recycling them. And we let them go. It was just you respect somebody to be able to come in and use stuff, but then on the other hand, they knew that these rims weren't being used. Right. But instead of us like taking the money back into the company and like maybe giving it out as a bonus, they were taking it for themselves. So we let them go. You know what? Honestly, when you start like, if it was something small, I'd probably like talk through it, just say, hey, listen, you need something, ask. You know what I mean? Like, I was always very open as an owner. Say, if you need something, like, let me know. If you're short on something, let me know. But if you steal something from somebody, then you're kind of like you're going behind them, right?
Exactly.
So
So when you plan tasks, what was most important for you? Organizing and planning them, or you think controlling them and leading them after they've been planned?
Well, you have to do both. You have
Mhm.
to plan before you start the day. Like, so if I had 15, or say I had 5 customers coming in a day, I would have to make sure that everything, all the parts were there, and that the boys were ready to go, that they had an idea what they were going to be doing the next day.
Right.
So to kind of plant a seed, right? And so that they're mentally prepared. I find a lot of time that when you throw things at people and they're not sure, it kind of can throw people backwards. So even in teaching, I always try to prepare the night before, talk to everybody in the classroom, tell them what they're going to be doing the next day, so they kind of got an idea. Like,
Mhm.
hey guys, we got 3 brake jobs coming in this week. Be prepared for that. And I did this exact same thing as an owner, so that, like I say, like it's way better to have people prepared than to throw people like right at a job. Some people
Right.
are really good at it. Some people can change on the fly.
Mhm.
Some people can't.
Right.
And you basically have to know your workers, know who is working for you to help make that transition.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that helps.
So that's it for the interview. We learned some strategies about business leadership and ownership. Hope you guys enjoyed.